I was on my way back to the bees when I heard a familiar roar, but no matter where I looked, I couldn't see them.
They're not going anywhere, but I can't see what they're settling on. I certainly can hear them.
It turns out they were directly above my head, and as I stood there, the swarm gently descended until I was right in the middle of the swarm. And the most interesting thing was, it was a stationary swarm. A very, very magical moment.
But they don't know where they're going yet. So I'm just going to have to watch and see. Okay. We're starting to focus on this branch here.
As beekeepers, most of the time when we see a swarm, it's either issuing from the hive, on the move through the woods, or is already clustered on a tree branch somewhere. To have a stationary swarm surround you is a magical thing that you just can't imagine.
They're going to settle down there. And then we're going to figure out what to do. Okay.
I only had this happen one other time in my life, and that was 50 years ago. So I couldn't help but sit there and enjoy it.
So the bees have now settled on a location to at least temporarily hang. And I've got an 18-foot ladder, 12-foot ladder, but it's still a little bit up there. So I'm going to put this camera in a stationary position. And our friend the bee is coming over to help with this swarm. It's a beautiful looking swarm. But can we drop it in that box? Well, we'll find out. I'm using something called Swarm Commander, a scent that's supposed to simulate the queen. And I put it in the box, but
they don't seem to be going to that.
no, because they got a real queen there. So this guy is about to fill with bees.
Hold on.
What are you doing?
We're about to get stung.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's not a good idea right now.
Okay.
We still have those little guys that come around from number 9.
I just couldn't function.
So we'll see how this goes.
What if it doesn't go well?
Well, sometimes they don't.
Whoa, baby, look at that.
Yes. Now, the trick here is, where did the queen end up? If the queen ended up in the box, they'll go to the box. But you might also see a clump of bees forming elsewhere, and that's where we have to keep an eye out. At this point, I have to cut this branch off. Keep an eye where they might also be forming a clump.
They're going to the box.
Good. That's it.
Now what?
Well, you see, there's a little bit of them there, right on that branch. And I'm going to put that on top of the hive. On the outside chance, see how they're on the side of the box and they're under the box too. That can always be an indicator that they might have well, now we got to sort out to see what's going on. No. So, we can be pretty sure that Queen is up here in this mess somewhere. But it is a bit of a mess. I'll say, though, it did hit the box for the most part. You know, we sprayed out a little bit, but they're coming back to it. That's a good thing.
So this swarm was about 18 feet up, and the trick when cutting a branch to release a swarm, or even yanking a branch to release a swarm, is to figure out where the branch is going to be when the bees come off of it.
Let's see if we can find something to help feather them in. Let's see if I can't scoop them in a little bit. You keep an eye on this ladder and tell me if it gets unstable.
I was happy to see that the primary cluster actually landed right on the box. There were a lot of bees in the air, but they seemed to be flying to the box. A very good sign.
Can you scoop all of them from the side here?
What's that?
Scoop all of them from the side here.
I'm going to do that too. The real trick is for me to now go grab a frame of brood from one of the other hives and stick it in the box. Keep an eye out for areas where there may be another cluster forming.
Yeah.
I'll have to go figure out where I can pull a frame of brood. Putting a frame of brood in a box like this, they'll start assuming that's home. And that's what I'm hoping.
Otherwise known as the old anchor trick, which we've covered on other videos. So if this is an after swarm, chances are it has a virgin queen in it as compared to a mated queen. And we really want to hopefully get that in the box on the drop. I mean, that is the primary goal. But you never can tell, although if the bees are clustering to the box and fanning, that's a good sign that you got it. Another issue that you might run into is a swarm may contain more than one queen. You might end up with one queen in the box and one queen on the ground. And the tip-off on that is you'll normally see bees starting to cluster in a lump on the ground or elsewhere, which is what I had the bee looking for.
Okay, hand me the frame.
So what I'm doing right here is putting the anchor frame of brood into the hive. The problem being is this is on top of a 12-foot ladder, and I had to remove the ratchet strap, which I tied the hive body to the ladder with, in order to get it in there. So it was kind of teetering on the top of the ladder, and the soil's a little soft, so I was worried about the stability of the ladder. But, I was hoping that the worst case scenario would not happen, and it didn't. Everything held, and I was able to get the ratchet strap back on and the brood frame in there.
Oh, would you hand me the other side of the end of part of the ratchet? Fell on the ground.
Pretty sure the queen's in the hive.
Yikes. I don't see them recollecting them. Now I'll up on another branch. I don't know how this is going to work. I did strap it together. Just watch my back. God, don't let me drop it.
One more. There you go. You're good. You did it. Look at that.
Number 9 was up. There's an empty hive sitting back there just in case something like this happened. So we have a frame brood there. Notice how they're clustering around that frame of brood. That really works nicely.
Definitely.
And I don't think I'm at the point of putting a top on it. But these girls are fanning. And that's good. We're trying to spread the word. This is that little swarm commander vial. I don't know if it did anything. They don't seem to be clustered around it, so I don't know. But they are coming up. And it looks like the bulk of it is in there.
Yeah. Or swirly, whatever it is.
Right. Well, I don't see anybody. I don't see any lumps on the outside. Low
They went
lumps on
in.
the bottom.
So
We went in.
it looks like we got almost all the bees we shot for in to this hive.
And the others will come back.
What's that?
The ones that are flying will come back in.
Well, if they smell that the queen is in there, if they think the queen is in there, they should settle in there. At that point in time, I want to take that back into the car and close the entrance, but put a bottle of feed on it. So, is it safe to move this back into the park
Not yet.
I agree.
I think you have to wait an hour.
I think I have to wait an hour. And I think we've got quite a number here.
Oh my God, we had a swarm. Can you believe it? Look at the bees swarming still around our heads. It's precipitously dangerous and ready for a sting, but hopefully not. And now if you want to see this box right here, that's a whole lot of bees that were just unswarmed. So we hope that you like and subscribe us so you can see more of this incredible bee adventure, the insects of intrigue. Thank you and see you next time.
Oh my. And then there were 9.